local. Now, this is News Channel 6.
Today, strong winds created another busy day for firefighters as 5 grass fires broke out across Texoma again today. Good evening, Texoma. I'm Ashley Fitzwater. US 287 between Iowa Park and Electra. It's back open tonight after being shut down for several hours this afternoon. Chantel Belafonte joins us live from there with the latest. Chantel.
This is the area behind me that was actually shut down. There was heavy smoke earlier, making it dangerous for drivers. And you can still smell the smoke a little bit. Texas A&M Forest Service sent out 3 task force to assist with the fires. They also sent out 2 TIFMIS strike teams as well. I have right now with me Angel Lopez Portillo, who is the PIO for Texas A&M Forest Service. Angel, can you please tell me how you and your team have been able to try to suppress this fire?
Yes, Chantel. So we, just like you mentioned, we have 2 task force that came up to tackle this fire. We have 2 strike teams in the area. We were able to pull some dozer lines around the fire along with fire suppression from the teams. We also were able to get 3 seats aircraft support and 2 lads to be able to put some retardant on the lines, cooling it off for the firefighters to get close and put the fire hot on the ground.
Do you believe that you'll be able to contain this fire by tonight?
As far as containment, we might be able to get some containment right now. So far, we have estimated of 900 acres with 50% containment, but we're not going to be able to put it all red to rest. So, for the night.
So what does tomorrow morning look like for you?
So we're going to have teams of firefighters and crews working throughout the night, making sure that we're improving the control line. We're going to make sure that we're mopping up and we swap them all around in the morning. So,
Angel, thank you so much for that information. And just as a reminder, there is a burn ban out for Wichita County. Live from US 287, Chantel Belafonte, News Channel 6.
Thank you, Chantel. Former K-9 officer for the Graham Police Department, Austin Lawrence, has been indicted for tampering with evidence. Michael Grace has been following this story today. And Michael, court documents state that Lawrence gave drugs to his girlfriend.
Yeah, that's right, Ashley. And although Lawrence initially denied the claims, Lawrence's girlfriend states that in the affidavit for search warrant, the proof is all documented in their text messages with each other.
You can't always know what's going to happen.
For residents in Graham, the news of former Graham Police Department K-9 officer Austin Lawrence being indicted for charges of tampering with evidence is shocking.
It's so sad that crime is getting into our police and sheriff department.
On June 30th of this year, Lawrence's girlfriend Pamela Ingram was arrested and claimed to be seeing Lawrence in addition to getting drugs from him. A Texas Ranger investigation found text messages on Lawrence's work and personal phone that allege Ingram would buy drugs from Lawrence, some of which he seized while he was working. In January, News Channel 6 talked to Lawrence about the increase in arrests he made for possession and distribution of narcotics.
Just walking around the car with the dog and just watching the dog do his thing, search, and when he finally alerts to the presence of narcotics, it's a really good feeling. Whatever we can do to get these drugs out of the streets, we'll do it.
Court documents also say that Ingram claimed to buy drugs for Lawrence, specifically methamphetamine, and use them with him. In one instance, court documents say that Lawrence told Ingram to drive in the alley behind his house and throw the drugs over the fence and into his backyard. While Lawrence was able to post his $10,000 bond, residents in Graham hope this is the last time they hear of an officer from their department in hot water.
We have too many good men out there that fights for us and works for us and everything else and does a great job, and then you have one bad apple. And you know what they say, one bad apple can spoil the whole bunch.
Graham Chief of Police Brent Bullock told us that Lawrence has been terminated from the department. Remember to stick with us as we continue to follow this case. Michael Grace, News Channel 6.
Well, here's a culprit for all the wind and the fires again today, spinning its wheels across now the upper Midwest tonight. Look at this line of thunderstorms. This is December the 15th, and we're talking about a severe weather outbreak in progress across Iowa, spreading into southern Minnesota. Not a big snowstorm. This is a severe weather outbreak. Look at all the tornado and severe thunderstorm warnings from southern Minnesota all the way down into South Kansas. This is a big storm. This La Nina weather pattern is producing unseasonably warm weather all the way into the northern U.S. Today down our way, this storm has produced a lot of wind. Still seeing some gusts up between about 20 and 25, but it looks like the winds are about to start calming down some now that we're seeing the sunset. We do have a front on the way, and that front will arrive after midnight, so first thing in the morning we could see some blustery conditions with north winds this time, and temperatures will be a good bit cooler. Temperature-wise outside now, running in the 70s. The evening looks warm and breezy.
Thank you, Ken. The latest Wichita County COVID-19 numbers are in, and good news, there were no COVID-related deaths reported today. Another 32 people tested positive, and there are currently 21 COVID patients in hospitals across Wichita County tonight. As schools prepare to send students and staff home for the winter break, Wichita County health officials, they are ready for what might return with them after the holidays. Tanner DeLeon joins us, and Tanner, COVID numbers slightly rose after Thanksgiving in Wichita County, but nothing like last year.
Yeah, that's right, Ashley. Health officials believe it will be similar after Christmas and New Year's celebrations. But there are two things that they're keeping their eye on: the new Omicron variant and what COVID will look like inside schools after everyone gets back from winter break.
I think we're a little different now as a culture. I think, we just know that we need to stay home when we're sick, and I think that people are doing that.
COVID cases and COVID-related deaths in Wichita County have remained low over the past 2 months, outside of a slight spike after Thanksgiving, although nothing compares to the surge that happened last year. Health officials believe numbers after the holidays this year will look much better.
I anticipate that we'll see an increase after Christmas, just like we did after Thanksgiving. But, I hope it will just be, 1 to 2 weeks after, and then it will start decreasing, just like we're seeing this week.
Health officials say a big part in keeping COVID numbers low is what the schools have been doing to keep everyone healthy.
Our teachers do a great job of cleaning up and washing cleaning off the tables and everything, and making sure students are washing their hands. And so we've tried really hard to make this school year a little bit more normal and keep students safe.
I think all of our school districts have done a good job in making sure that kids, are not there, and teachers are not there, support staff are not there when they're sick. And that to me is the number one thing that we can do.
School officials say during winter break, they will deep clean each classroom.
We normally do have a good thorough cleaning of all of the schools during extended breaks. And so I do anticipate that our custodial services will be in the schools cleaning up everything, making sure everything's sanitized over the break before students come back in January.
A concern health officials have is a new COVID-19 variant, Omicron, which has made its way to parts of Texas already, but no cases have been reported in Wichita County as of now. Health officials say nothing major should change, just to continue to follow the same guidelines as before.
It really doesn't change much. It just means that people need to do the same thing that we've been recommending from the beginning, and that's if you can get vaccinated, stay home when you're sick, do lots of good hand washing.
School officials say they will open up all WFISD schools in the spring to visitors once again if the numbers continue to remain low. Tanner DeLeon, News Channel 6.
As we continue our week-long spotlight of Hospice of Wichita Falls during their Tree of Lights campaign, we're taking a closer look at one of the nonprofit's most important services. Ebony Coleman joins us with much more on staff that work with families at the Fain Foundation Grief Support Center. Ebony.
Actually, today I took a tour of the new Fain Foundation Grief Support Center, and it's a safe place where family members of any age dealing with the death of a loved one are welcome to come, share memories, talk, or simply have a shoulder to cry on.
Especially this time of year, and now after being, in a global pandemic since March of 2020, I think the grief and bereavement services is so very necessary.
Hospice of Wichita Falls has at least 10 bereavement and grief programs that have helped 800 families this year alone, and 1,000 since before COVID. They walk with you every step of the way after having to say goodbye to ones you love the most.
Within 2 to 4 weeks, we contact them and find out, how they're doing, checking on them, And then we usually make up to 3 calls throughout the next year.
Most families attend the grief and bereavement programs once a month, and for some, they like to attend in person and Zoom sessions with counselors like Joan Pruitt. Those sessions are once a week. They all take place at the new Fane Foundation Grief Support Center, or what staff like to call the Circle.
We have 6 classrooms for our support groups. The Dillard Family Foundation was for our meeting center. And then we had our capital campaign that lasted a span of a few years, and that was able, with donations and the grants from them, we were able to have this wonderful building.
When walking through the Dillard Family Meeting Center Legacy Hall, you will see a wall of those donors, and Memorial Bricks of Families Hospice has helped.
That's part of the reason I'm here. I don't think that you would be able to work with people and grief-related things if you didn't have that passion for people.
The members of these support groups have found strength within each other.
The folks attending 2 or 3 years can give hope to the new people who just don't think there is any hope. When people want to come to group, I'll just let them know if all you can do is sit there and cry, we will help you cry. So.
Jessica Morris says the center has plans to reach even more people that need help next year by expanding their high school grief support group that is already at Ryder High School into more campuses across the community. Ebony Coleman, News Channel 6.
Thank you, Ebony. Christmas, it came early for 66 students at Booker T. Washington Elementary School today, and it was all thanks to the Wichita Falls Body Boot Camp. This is the 3rd year the gym has partnered with the WFISD to deliver presents to kids who otherwise might not have anything to open on Christmas Day. Known as the FBBC Give, this initiative has the district send in wish lists from school-age children for the gym to then fulfill.
It's humbling. It's very humbling. Like you go to the store and you're like, oh, my kid wants a PS5, or oh, my kid wants an Xbox One, and you never think that like these little things like Matchbox cars and Barbies are like a PS5 to some of these kids.
165 kids in the WFISD will receive gifts through that program this year. Looking ahead, the Casey Donahue Band is set to perform in Wichita Falls on Friday. That concert will take place at the K. Yeager Coliseum, and News Channel 6 is a proud sponsor for this big event. Tickets can be bought online or in person at the Impact. That show kicks off at 7:30. And your favorite Sesame Street characters, they are returning to Wichita Falls. They will be at the K. Yeager Coliseum February 2nd and 3rd. Tickets go on sale to the general public December 21st. Still ahead on News Channel 6, President Biden makes a stop in Kentucky and gets his first look at the devastation caused by those deadly tornadoes. And why 6 overseas FBI agents are now under investigation.
We didn't break a record, but we were close to it again today. Today's high at 83, 63. Our averages continue to go up in what is the warmest December on record. Coming up in a few minutes, we'll be tracking some cooler weather that arrives by morning.